Hey, welcome to Film vs. Movie, the podcast where we debate the cinema. Hey, I'm your co-host, Belton DeLaine-Facey.
And my name's Shurr.
And on this podcast, we watch the films that have been slandered, desecrated, and waterboarded with Coca-Cola by public opinion. And one of us tells you why it's actually pretty good.
And the other one's going to tell you why it's a steaming pile of shit.
And if you like the show, please be sure to follow us and give us 5 stars on whatever platform you listen on. And now, today's film that we are debating is the E.T. ripoff sponsored by McDonald's and Coca-Cola, Mac and Me.
What a piece of shit. It's so bad. Oh my God. Also, it's not just bad. It's not anywhere you can pay to watch it without ads. So if you have to watch it, they will just pile 900 ads into the end.
Which I feel like fits this movie, considering it's like, it is so much McDonald's and Coca-Cola product placement.
It's just an ad. I went to watch ads and there was ads interlaced the ad. It was just an advertisement, but from the 80s. So all of the products are worse now.
Oh my God. I'm just glad this movie didn't come out during that era. They had new Coke. Could you imagine if instead of regular Coca-Cola, there was just new Coke everywhere?
Oh God. It wouldn't even be a classic anymore.
All right. So getting into the plot, we open on this alien family on their planet. They accidentally get sucked into what's essentially an advanced Mars rover that's supposed to like pick up samples and go back to Earth. So
it's not Mars though.
No, it's not Mars.
It's Saturn. Or it's a moon of Saturn for some reason.
Apparently Mars would have been too easy.
Or they're like, well, we know that there aren't aliens on Mars. So in this movie, we need it to be believable.
Yeah, they're sucked up. They're taken back to Earth. They're released in a science facility and they escape. And so then we follow the child of that family. They escape into this car of this mother and her 2 sons moving into a new town to their new home. He essentially lives in the home over the next few days. Like the family starts noticing weird stuff happening that can't be explained until the youngest son, who uses a wheelchair, Eric, and the next door neighbor girl, Debbie, they spot the alien, and Eric follows him like down this hill in their backyard. And because he's in a wheelchair, he loses control, rolls down this hill, lands in a lake, and the alien swims him out. And everyone is just like, Eric, why did you do that? Like,
so the neighbor is watching all of this go down. And the mom runs out and she's like, yeah, he just rolled right in. And then he's like, why didn't you tell them that I tried to commit suicide? Why didn't you see? She was like, no one would have believed me anyway.
Yeah, like the idea that, you know, someone in a wheelchair just losing control down the hill is so outside the realm of reality.
Oh my God, dude. And then they just ignore it. They have a psychiatrist come in and he's like, oh, very weird. And then they're like, all right, whatever. Let's not revisit that.
Yeah, it's like, damn, mom didn't even put up fencing after that.
They just gave him a sedative so he'd sleep for a bit. They're like, yeah, just sleep off that suicide attempt, Johnny.
Yeah, it's like, that's the medicine they give you because they can't give you heroin anymore. So yeah, after that, Eric and Debbie are like, we gotta trap this alien. So they managed to trap him so that Eric's older brother, Michael, sees it, but it escapes before mom comes home. They decide to name him Mac, which stands for Mysterious Alien Creature. And soon after that, they realize they're being tracked by FBI agents. Eric and Debbie are going to a birthday party for someone else. They put Mac in this teddy bear suit to disguise him as a giant teddy bear to take him with them to the party so the FBI guys don't just break into the home when they're not there.
Well, hang on. You're glossing over the fact that the neighbor invited this random kid to someone else's birthday party. And then his immediate move was like, let's bring our little alien creature friend. And she's like, no.
Because also, like, at that age, where it's the parents playing the party, you can't just bring extra kids spontaneously to a kid's birthday party.
Yeah.
Especially when it's not at someone's house. Because, by the way, this party was at the McDonald's where Debbie's older sister, Courtney, works. And I have to say, this whole sequence was just a McDonald's ad.
Yeah, no, it's just a McDonald's ad.
Yeah, like there's people dancing everywhere. They pull up to the parking lot. There's just a circle of people of various ages dancing and having fun. When I'm watching this, I'm like, is the party just in the McDonald's parking lot? Is McDonald's like, you're going to have such a great time here? Our asphalt is a good time?
Look, the 80s were different. There was nothing to do. When you were a bored kid, you just went and danced in front of McDonald's. Yeah, that was it wasn't a bad commercial. No.
Yeah.
I've seen that commercial for 15 different products in my lifetime.
Oh yeah, because like at some point they just break out into this full synchronized dance in the middle of the McDonald's.
They're good dancers.
They were good dancers. They should have had at least like one awkward guy show up and be like, I just want to get to the counter and order my food and not know how to navigate around all the dancers.
He's like, I fucking hate the 80s so much. He's like, this happens so often. This is like the one point in the day I'm not on cocaine. If I don't eat a Big Mac now, I won't eat for the next week.
Oh yeah, Big Mac. That's also probably a reason why the alien is called Mac.
Yeah, I was gonna. You think the McDonald's executives were like, "What if we called it Mac?" And they're like, "No, it's too on the nose."
Oh, I definitely think a McDonald's executive was like, you should name the alien Mac, and no one associated with the film felt like they had the right to be like, nah, that's dumb.
Yeah, I just like, do we know what percentage of the budget was paid by ads?
I could not find that.
Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, so yeah, while they're at McDonald's, the FBI agents start chasing them to try and get to Mac. Eric and Debbie run away. Eventually, Michael and Courtney catch up with them in the van, and they drive off. They let Mac guide them to where the rest of his family is. They find them in a cave. They give them Coca-Cola to fuel up because it's established that like Mac needs no food or water, just Coca-Cola.
Yeah, at one point they give him, he like hit his head after flying out of the vacuum, and you're like, maybe just give him Coca-Cola. It could be like what they drink on their homeland. And it was. It was a good suggestion because it's an ad.
I know, like they use Coca-Cola how black people joke that their moms use ginger ale. Yeah, it's like you're sick. We don't need to go to a doctor. Just have some ginger ale. Ginger ale and Robitussin. So yeah, after they find Mac's family, fuel them up a bit, they go to a store to get them more Coca-Cola. But his family walk out of the van and go into the store. So security starts going after them. They take a gun from security, which like security did not fight back at all.
Yeah, it was a pretty funny scene. Like he's just like, he has no clue. He's just like, and they're all like, no.
Yeah, like he took the gun how Americans joke pickpocketing must happen in Europe. It's like, oh, you got pickpocketed and you didn't beat the shit out of them? It sounds like you just let that happen. Afterwards, there's just a shootout between security and cops and the alien family. During the shootout, the supermarket and gas station explode.
It's so fucking funny because it makes no sense.
Like when we were watching it, I was just like, was the gas station right there? Because I didn't think it was, but it's like, oh, it must have been.
And like the aliens like just walk into, it explodes all around them, and the kid was chasing after the aliens, and so he immediately like flopped back into his chair, and his brother's like wheeling him back towards the camera, and he's like hanging out.
Yeah, like honestly, it's slightly unclear if Eric is killed by the explosion or a stray bullet.
Yeah, I shouldn't laugh. A kid in a wheelchair dying isn't funny, but the scene is just so outrageous. I can't put it into words.
And so, like, while Eric is lying there dead, Mac's family just brings him back to life. And then it cuts forward. The entire alien family is just dressed up in regular human clothes, being sworn in as American citizens. And the end screen is them driving off with the caption, "We'll be back."
They were not back.
Which we've done movies that clearly anticipate to have sequels on this podcast before. I feel like this is the first one where I saw that and I was just like, what made you think you're going to get a sequel?
That had to be put in post. I want a sequel. Like, think about how crazy of a situation now. They don't even speak English.
Yeah. They don't speak any language. They just like make noises.
They just saved a life and now they're American citizens. And like, I want to watch that play out in another McDonald's ad. Why didn't McDonald's run ads with them? Like, why was there no associated ad campaign on McDonald's behalf?
Oh, I'm about to get into that.
Okay.
So yeah, as mentioned before, this is really just a blatant E.T. ripoff. I found a quote from one of the producers saying that, E.T. came out in 1982. This movie came out in 1988. So the logic was if you're in E.T.'s key demographic in 1982, you are now old enough where that movie doesn't appeal to you anymore. So they're like, we can have E.T. for a new generation. Along with the whole McDonald's cross promotion, this movie is a big reason why we have like Happy Meal toys the way you and I are familiar with them growing up, and like they're always there to promote some new movie or TV show coming out, because they had Happy Meal toys before this, but they were just kind of like random whatever. A producer for this movie, R.J. Lewis, previously worked for McDonald's in their advertising department. And so he's the one that negotiated the rights to have McDonald's in there, and he sold it to them as cross promotion. So because of that, they had a deal to put like Mac and Me toys in the Happy Meals when this movie was coming out. Soon after they made that deal, Disney realized that's a good idea, and they made a long-term deal to essentially use Happy Meals to promote their new releases. And so apparently once they made a deal with Disney before Mac and Me came out, so then McDonald's is like, we really care about Disney. Mac and Me is just kind of here now.
Okay.
Especially because like once you see the aliens in this movie, you realize that is a hard sell to kids. Like the best way I can describe the aliens is they are full body suits that look head to toe uncircumcised.
Do you think they made the toys?
They had to make the toys. It was in the contract.
So like somewhere in a landfill, there's like 100,000 Mac and Me toys rotting.
Oh, absolutely.
I wonder if there are any collector's items.
I'm trying to imagine what the value would be for a collector's item associated with this movie.
Okay, hang on. Keep going through the stats.
All right. But yeah, R.J. Lewis, he has denied reports that McDonald's partially funded this movie. However, he did admit to receiving some funding from Golden State Foods, which is a major food vendor whose only client at the time was McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
That makes it a ridiculous thing to say. That's like saying, oh, no, I didn't receive any money from Elon Musk, but SpaceX paid me something.
Never released the Mac and Me toys.
Oh, really? That's crazy, because that means McDonald's was like, we'd rather pay you for these to not see the light of day.
I mean, there's this, but someone said made a Mac and Me toy. So I think that he just made that.
Oh, yeah. That also looks like something that's sold in stores.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So,
never made it to the restaurants.
Yeah. All right. So this movie was directed by Stuart Raphael, who mainly does family-oriented adventure movies. And now his account of how he got hired, it feels crazy. So he was hired on the spot. From what he said, he was called into a producer meeting one weekend. They told him they already had a full crew for the movie. During the meeting, he shook hands with every single head of department and got to talk to them. And then after all that, he was just like, okay, so what's the movie? And the producer was like, here's the thing, we have no script. Like they literally told him, it was like, while prepping the movie, you also have to write the script on the weekend. And apparently that's what he did.
Well, it shows. That's a very believable fact, Belton.
Like that's just so while I just want to know like the producer's story of how he got into this predicament of like, oh man, I have a full crew for the movie. If only I have a script and director for the movie.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and so as mentioned before, Eric, the character in the film, uses a wheelchair. Production decided they deliberately wanted to find an actor who was a wheelchair user in real life. So they cast Jade Caligari, who has no prior acting experience. His IMDb has 4 credits. One of them is Mac and Me. Another one is being on a talk show to promote Mac and Me.
Well, I can tell you what he's doing right now. Because we looked it up, and right now he is a boudoir photographer and drone operator out of Tucson, Arizona.
You know what? Good for him.
Yeah, no, I'm not hating. Yeah, that's like a normal thing to be doing.
Yeah, I'm glad he's out there living life. And like hopefully no one comes up to him and is like, "Are you the kid from Mac and Me?"
I that's what I'm gonna do. If I ever meet this guy, I'm going to be like, yo, Eric from Mac and Me.
All right. So this movie came out August 12th, 1988 on a budget of $13 million. It made $6.5 million at the box office. And in its partnership with McDonald's, it reportedly had some profit sharing with the Ronald McDonald House. So no idea how much of that money made it back to production.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, Ronald that's like the charity.
Yeah, it's a charity
where they provide housing for kids going through chemo and like
and their families.
Yeah, it's a good charity.
Yeah, and so Mac and Me currently stands at a 3.4 out of 10 on IMDb and a 7% on Rotten Tomatoes. A sequel was planned before release. It was canceled after the reception. It was nominated for 4 Razzies, including Worst Picture and Worst Screenplay. It won 2 for Worst Director and Worst New Star for Ronald McDonald, who's in the movie for like a minute.
What would the second one be? Like them adapting? Would they make them talk?
I'm literally imagining Ronald McDonald just recruiting that family for like an Avengers Initiative type thing. Like we have threats bigger than ourselves.
The Hamburglers trying to steal our shit.
Now it's time for our opening statements. I will be defending the film and Chris will be attacking.
This McDonald's commercial ran a little long for my taste. I'm not sure about adding titles to things that run in the middle of Three's Company. That's it.
Mac and Me is the perfect version of E.T. for a different generation. The one 6 years after E.T. Its story is simple yet effective with fun gags for the whole family. It understands its appeal and leans fully into it.
Belton, what happened in those 6 years after E.T. that everybody's so different?
I mean, I'm not the best at history, but wasn't Reagan president during the 80s?
Yeah, but I think he was president during E.T. Didn't he win the 78 election or 82?
No, he won the 80 election. He was president from 81 to 89. All right, so yeah, we went from the beginning of Reagan to the end of Reagan.
And
that's what happened.
You think that is what makes this fitting for that generation?
Yeah.
You think Reagan was so oppressive in the moment that when they watched E.T., they're like, no, that's too good. We want garbage and ass.
Look, if you weren't rich, the Reagan years were rough.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but I will say because I mean we discussed this. The movies we cover on this podcast that frustrate me the most are ones with like clearly had so much more potential than they ended up living up to. I think there is no world we get a better version of Mac and Me. This movie lived up to like as good as it was going to get.
Yeah, that's about. Yeah. I don't think that makes it a good movie though. I like wholeheartedly. I think this movie's so bad that like you need to punish it in ways that you wouldn't punish other movies. Yeah. Like there's some people so evil that like the death penalty is on the table. And then even if you're like, we're going to torture him to death, you'd be like, oh yeah, so evil. And then there's movies where like they're bad and you're like, that's a bad movie. But this movie's so bad, you need to treat it like an evil person. It is awful. It like no redeeming qualities other than the fact that you're just laughing at it. But the fact that the main character is disabled makes you laugh at a disabled kid. So it's just awful all around. Like it's terrible.
All right, that's one thing. I feel like at least watching it, it didn't feel like the film was like asking the audience to laugh at the disabled kid. I actually
they literally run that kid off of a cliff straight into water. Like, first 10 minutes of the movie. I don't know how kind, like, he got around fine. Like, he didn't really run into any issues.
I mean, here's the thing. I think that is a point to like representation that like the story would have worked if the kid wasn't disabled. I think you could have like a regular kid accidentally fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
But if he's not disabled, we don't get those sick chase scenes of him on his wheelchair outrunning the FBI.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. This really changed my view of how comfortable it is to get around. And like, I understand being disabled's really hard, but like, he made it look like a lounge. Like he just looked so relaxed when he was cruising down those hills. It seemed like, I don't know, you could buy like a recreational. Okay, I'm not even going to say that because that's awful.
No, but I think that that is something. Is like people who are used to you know getting around on a wheelchair. They can move really well, well enough that there are entire sports around using a wheelchair. But I think if you were to suddenly take someone who's used to just walking and plop them in a wheelchair, yeah, they're gonna struggle.
Yeah.
And then like with that, I think like considering like one of the biggest criticisms of this movie is that it's blatant product placement. I thought this was as good as product placement's gonna be. You had Coca-Cola actually just being part of the plot instead of just randomly being there. And then like as far as the McDonald's, the random dance sequence, if there was a random dance sequence in a normal family film, no one bats an eye. But oh, just because it's in a McDonald's, that makes this bad.
I found the Coca-Cola to be a little distracting. There was like all of those kids had diabetes if they were drinking Coca-Cola that often. I found it very distracting. Like they should have had one other beverage. There should have been a Sprite, maybe like a Diet Coke.
There was a single Sprite.
I did not see any Sprite.
Yeah, remember at the gas station where like the alien family is in the van and the other girl pulls up, she's holding a Sprite.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they get away with it because it is a Coca-Cola product.
Yeah. What about like a Three Musketeer? I have a note that says too many spots or not enough spots. Maybe they should have just gone for actually turning a profit on this movie and just turn it into like a 90-minute advertisement for everything. Like have Three Musketeers bars be central to everything and like just keep ham-fisting different products in until it was a highly profitable production. Because you can't make it any worse. Like it's almost fiscally irresponsible to not have more ads. Because you are not excelling creatively.
Again, it's what fits into the spot. And also like the prompt for this again was hey, we need a movie that's kind of like E.T. McDonald's and Coca-Cola is backing it, and like it fit the prompt. This is like one of those movies that's more like a creative writing exercise.
It was a creative writing exercise. And let me tell you, as someone who's been through 4 years of a creative writing degree, a lot of creative writing exercises deliver straight shit. And this was straight shit. This was the stuff you share with class and nobody has any notes. They're like, oh, that was writing. You put letters onto a page.
Okay, I also will say, keep in mind, like the main demographic of this movie is is children. And so I will say its themes just align with the fact that, for kids, moving is scary. We come on a family moving. We have an alien family unexpectedly moving and find themselves in a completely different world. And I think that's the thing that mainly bonds Mac and Eric. And so with that, I think it's something that gives kids a little bit of relief on the whole concept.
Belton, this movie's so bad, I completely missed that parallel. It just gone. Too many Coca-Cola ads. But yeah, you're right. That was a nice parallel. I can agree with you that they had a theme underlying some of the plot. But yeah.
Yeah, and as far as the appearance of the aliens, I feel like that fits with the theme, because we also have to remember, on its surface, E.T.'s character design is also nightmare fuel for children.
I have never seen E.T.
You should.
I was thinking of watching it just so I could understand the references and whatnot, but I've just never seen E.T. I know about the Reese's Pieces. I know he goes Reese's Pieces, and I know he's got the finger, and he goes phone home.
Yeah.
E.T. phone home.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's a better version of Mac and Me.
Well, yeah. How much better, though? It's a better version of this movie could still be really, really bad. Will I enjoy it as an adult? Was E.T. a well-made movie?
Yeah.
Was there thought put into the direction?
Yeah, it's directed by Steven Spielberg.
Okay, well, yeah, it's a good movie, and this is terrible. The kids weren't great.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the kid actors in this movie?
I thought that Eric was all right. He had a little bit of personality to him. And then the other two were just kind of faces to sort of push the plot around, where they're oh no, an alien. And they're oh no, Eric.
I disagree that I think Michael and Courtney, the teenagers, I thought they did well. Debbie was adorable.
Yeah, they're cute, but they weren't great actors.
I think Debbie, as a supporting role, just knew where she was at.
Yeah.
I think, because her role was definitely more offbeat compared to Eric, and I think she nailed that.
Yeah, she was the character was cute, but also I've seen that performance in 1,000 forgettable throwaway characters for family sitcoms. That character has appeared in over 55 different Full House episodes, and her name is Random Debbie number 3, who puts Stephanie into an uncomfortable position, and then you never see her again.
Yeah.
You don't even remember her.
Yeah. The kind of thing where it's just at the end of the episodes, we're best friends, and you're never going to see Debbie again. It's I guess she got cancer and died.
Yeah, that's kind of I'm sure the kids in E.T. were memorable, but they also got direction from a good director. Did you think they were good?
I thought overall they were good. I'm giving the actor who played Eric some leeway because this is his first time.
I also feel bad talking shit about these kids. They were in a really bad production, so it's a little unfair.
I think the kids did well, especially considering this was a movie that really hinged on their performance, as opposed to a lot of kid actors where they get kind of stuck in roles alongside adults.
This isn't quite the Goonies, though.
Yeah, I mean, also, I just pulled up the IMDb of Lauren Stanley, who plays Debbie. She seems to have retired from acting soon after this movie.
Well, could you imagine your first movie is Mac and Me? What do you do?
I mean, this wasn't her first acting role. She appeared before this. She appeared in one episode of a TV series called High Mountain Rangers.
Okay. And then you do Mac and Me, and you have to tell your friends about that. she goes into school. She's like, oh, I'm in this sick movie, McDonald's. It stars McDonald's and Coca-Cola. And then they all go to see her and they just rip on her forever.
Okay, she was like, what, 8 when when she was in this movie? I think 8-year-olds would enjoy this movie enough.
Okay, we're going to have to run some sort of psychological experiment because I am unconvinced that even an 8-year-old would enjoy this movie.
I mean, I think it's got enough like wacky antics. It has like a dance scene in the middle. It has some chase scenes. Like, I think it has enough to entertain 8-year-olds.
But yet they didn't like it. This isn't one of those movies where you're like, oh yeah, I remember watching that when I was 8. It's not well liked.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I feel like everyone has those movies they watch on repeat as a kid, and then you grow up, it's just like, you know what, this actually wasn't that good.
I can't even imagine someone doing that with this movie. I think they'd be like, no, I knew this movie was bad, but now I'm going to watch it again to make fun of it.
I do think that there's going to be like that weird kid who thinks Mac is the most adorable thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah, you could probably.
Yeah. Also, I will say, whoever was in the suits for Mac's parents, they nailed their job. They understood they were an alien. They moved like an alien the entire time. Like Daniel Day-Lewis that. I imagine the directors yelled cut. They were still just doing those like weird body motions.
What do you think about the scene in the very beginning when Mac's running away?
Are you talking about running away from
when he like flies out and he's like, his legs are moving so he's like veering between FBI agents. His legs are. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh yeah. I thought that that was awesome. And then his parents are just like casually like breaking all the glass, like, and they were just so nonchalant about like every time they saw a door, they were just like, what does this shit do? Bam.
I don't know how much more I actually have on this.
I guess I'm just once again reiterating. The McDonald's commercial in the middle was fun. They put Mac in a teddy bear costume, which like I think served the purpose of the movie very well.
It looked so creepy. I like that the FBI agents were like, no kid would have that teddy bear as a best friend. They're like, there's an alien in there. No one's carrying that shit around.
Honestly, that's like the weirdest thing the FBI would come up with. I think like they just portrayed the FBI as villains and just like, because that's kind of the point, and that's kind of how the government was in E.T. Except in E.T. they were more brutal. Like here it's like, oh, the FBI is just the fun police. Whereas E.T. is like, oh, the FBI tortured this alien you've come to love. Which I will say, that is the most traumatizing part of E.T., and they deliberately did not put that in the movie.
There's a part where E.T. gets tortured?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah. When they were making this movie, they were like, all right, well, let's copy all of E.T., except the part that traumatizes children. Let's give children a good time.
How did he get away?
Oh, the kids broke him out.
Oh, so they broke into a secure government facility where they're dissecting an alien?
Yes.
Was it believable?
Again, it's a kids movie. You just need to believe these kids did it through the power of love.
Yeah, it's true. Kind of like Free Willy.
Considering the budget they had, I don't think we can ask that the aliens looked any better.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think the aliens, how they looked, were an issue with the movie. It's just like bad. Like the dialogue was bad. As soon as you weren't willing to give it the benefit of the doubt because it's very clearly a commercial. You're just like, I hate everything about this. And then there's like 3 funny scenes in it. There weren't as many funny. Hearing us describe this movie, you'd think it'd be a laugh fest, but it was actually just very boring for large swaths of it.
I mean, the thing is, they could have gone like wackier with the during that section where they're like, all right, weird stuff is happening around the house, but we don't know what it is. Like the crazy thing is the alien just puts plants all around the living room with like dirt and stuff. And the crazy thing is the mom's is just like, why would you guys do this? It's like you're looking at your kids, one of whom is in a wheelchair, and there are just huge rocks in the middle.
I love the mom was just like, oh no, I was too harsh and he tried to kill himself. Oh my God. I think the issue with this movie is there's a lot of decisions they made while writing it where they just didn't take any time to think about the implication.
Well, they had no time to think about the implication.
Like they should have had a scene where the mom's like, oh, okay, I don't think you killed yourself. But she should have acknowledged that she doesn't think he killed himself or tried to kill himself. Because like her reaction was weird if he was trying to kill himself.
I think like a mom overreacting is normal. She could have overreacted slightly differently. Like they could have had where it's like immediately after she's just urgently building a fence around the whole yard. So like he can't accidentally go back there again.
Yeah. That's such a good clip when he's rolling down that fucking hill. I don't know why. It's so funny. Which is how I found this movie. Every time that, who is it? Paul Rudd goes on Conan. He'll be like, oh, and this is the new clip for my brand new movie. And he'll just cut right to the scene where he's flying down the hill into the water. Oh, man.
Now it's time for our concessions. This is where I give 3 things I didn't like about the movie, and Chris gives 3 things she does.
I'll start. They successfully naturalized the aliens, which are capable of tearing apart buildings, which I thought was a nice touch. They like really, they could have just had it end ambiguously. Like maybe they go, but they're like, no, they are citizens of the United States now.
Yeah. It's like you you show that you have superpowers, and the government's just like, oh, you're not going home. You're an American now.
They're like, yeah, we're not going to spend the money to send you home.
Yeah, it's like they probably live on a military base now.
You're adapting pretty well. Can you hear the Russians? Like,
the government is just like, what do you mean? We essentially have mini nukes, and all we need to give them is Coca-Cola. My first concession: the characters have no arc whatsoever. Like they never have flaws. They never learn a lesson. They're just kind of there. Yeah.
They're like, oh, an alien. Oh, okay, we got to do some stuff. Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is weird because like it feels like they set some stuff up. Like at the very least, I expected, because they set up early on that that the older brother has a crush on the older sister next door. I thought they were going to do something where it's like, oh, he needs to learn to be a better person to win her affection. It's like, no. They just all get along.
You know, they actually ran out of budget because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson kept showing up 7 hours late to the set and pushed the production back up $50 million. In the previous episode, when I was wearing entirely different clothing. We've got to record in 2-hour segments, so get ready for this kind of stuff. It's cool that they made the protagonist disabled. It's just cool.
Yeah.
It's like a nice touch.
Yeah. And again, if you have an able-bodied kid, you don't get those sick-ass chase scenes.
Yeah. That run he went on with the mom was cool.
Yeah. My next one, the stuff just happens, and it doesn't build on each other.
No.
Like, a quarter of the movie could have been cut with zero impact on the story whatsoever.
Yeah. I think you honestly could have cut the part where the aliens are on their own planet and get sucked back. You could have just had them getting spit out of a spaceship and start there.
Yeah, because also that then like you can play a scene like like there's real shock value.
Yeah. The McDonald's commercial in the middle was a solid commercial. Like 10 out of 10 for the commercial. It was as good as a commercial can get.
My last one, the alien character design was just straight nightmare fuel. Like I think I could handle the appearance if they just design the faces so that they can express more than one face.
Yeah. They didn't talk. They didn't move their mouth. They had no facial expressions.
Yeah, it was very weird.
Let's get to our closing statements.
Yep.
Mac and Me was so bad, it was still bad. It wasn't worth the energy it cost to hit the record button. I feel poor for having spent 2 hours of my life watching it. 1 out of 5 hot shaken up Cokes.
In the pre-Lego movie world, this is the most we can ask for from blatant corporate sponsorship movies. It blended into the story and gave us fun moments while showcasing some young talent. I give this film a nice, refreshing Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah.
I actually don't even drink Coca-Cola. I just spent $1 for that bit.
That thing is warm too, right?
It was surprisingly not super warm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got it right before I came here.
Cool.
All right. That is another episode of Film versus Movie. If you like this, be sure to follow us and give us 5 stars wherever you listen. I'm Belton DeLaine-Facey.
And my name's Chris Shurr.
And we will see you next time.